Chapter 4 is called Is There Something Wrong with Fishlegs? And I really hope there isn't, because I really like Fishlegs. Hiccup did not sleep well that night. Every time he dropped off, Norbert the Nutjob found him in his dreams. Oh, that's Norbert Nutjob finding Hiccup in his dreams. Oh dear. Screaming, "I will grind you into sand. I will chop you with my chopper." And Hiccup would wake up again, burningly hot and sweaty. The following day, Toothless woke up in a furious temper because he wasn't back in his hibernation sleep. He'd done everything he should have done the night before. He'd taken lots of exercise, drunk an early milky drink at bedtime, all for nothing. On the dot of 5 o'clock the next morning, his green-gauge eyes opened, snap, and like a scallop opening its shell, and that was it for the day. No more sleeping, and that was it for Hiccup too. Toothless crawled up from his place at Hiccup's feet like a small, enraged hot water bottle. He stormed up Hiccup's body, digging his sharp little claws into Hiccup's tummy as he went up to Hiccup's forehead, where he sat and hissed furiously. "Toothless awake again! It's not fair, it's not fair! Why Toothless awake? Everyone else asleep." It is not much fun being woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning by a dragon sitting on your head and hissing angry smoke rings right up your nostrils. "Well, I'm awake now too," said Hiccup, and coughing sleepily. "Could you blow those smoke rings somewhere else? I've already got a sore throat." "Oh, you," fumed Toothless, blowing out great clouds of furious smoke. "You're just a human. You don't count. Us dragons are sensitive. We need our sleep." "Thank you, Toothless," said Hiccup through a huge bout of coughing. "But we don't have to get up now, you know. We can just doze for a bit." Hiccup turned over onto his other side and snuggled the furs more cosily round his shoulders so he could snooze for a bit longer. But once Toothless was awake, he was awake. The little dragon made a half-hearted pretence of snuggling down next to his master, and then he bounced up again. "Toothless, get up now," he said, flapping around Hiccup's head, tweaking his hair and blowing raspberries into his ears. "It's a lovely morning. Come on. Toothless, hungry. Hiccup, make Toothless breakfast." When that didn't work, Toothless stood on Hiccup's shoulder, held his earlobe tenderly with one claw, and shrieked right down his ear hole, "Mayday! Mayday! Toothless need to make pee-pee right now!" Hiccup sat bolt upright like he'd been shot with an arrow. "Oh, jumping jellyfish! Not right now, Toothless, not in the bed again. Hang on there, Toothless, just hang on." Hiccup jumped out of bed, but in one hop onto the freezing cold stone floor and threw on 4 layers of furs, with Toothless flapping around his head, squawking, right now, Toothless, make pee-pee right now." "Just hang on," begged Hiccup. He had to take his mittens off to undo the big bolts on the front door. Toothless shrieking, right now. Hiccup dragged open the door, and the day outside was still as dark as night time and very, very cold. So cold that the air was like an icy bucket of water being thrown in your face. Toothless flew out shrieking, right now, and squatted down on the snow a metre out of the front door. "Well done for hanging on," Toothless said, Hiccup, banging his hands together to warm them up. Toothless squatted down, a look of pretend concentration furrowing his horns, but nothing seemed to be happening. After a while, Toothless got up. Toothless not need pee-pee after all," he said decidedly. Hiccup clapped its mitten down to his forehead in frustration. Sometimes being the owner of a dragon is very hard work. There was no point going back to bed now he got up, so Hiccup fixed himself breakfast, and while he did this, he had plenty of time to think. Hiccup was worried about Fishlegs. Why had Fishlegs attacked those hysterics? It was very out of character. Normally Fishlegs would only have to get a whiff of something like a hysteric, and he would snowplow off in the opposite direction. Okay, maybe all that falling over had set off his berserk tendencies, but still, it was a bit peculiar. And Fishlegs hadn't been looking too well lately either. Lots of sneezing and shivering, and that couldn't be caused by being a berserk. It was almost as if there was something wrong with him. An hour or so later, the door was flung open so wildly it nearly fell off its hinges, and Hiccup's father, Stoick the Vast, stomped into the room looking for his breakfast, like a 6.5-foot earthquake, running so wide you could see his tonsils. Stoick the vast was exactly what you might expect a Viking to be. Loads of beard and not a lot of neck muscles, but not a lot going on in the brain department. "Made some porridge, have you, son?" he roared. "Excellent, excellent." Stoick didn't bother putting the porridge into a bowl. He simply removed the cauldron from the fire, sat down at the table and drank the porridge straight from the pot. "Father," said Hiccup. Said Stoick absent-mindedly as he tipped his great head back and drank the last dregs of porridge, a lot of it running down his beard in a sticky, lumpy river. "I wonder if you can help me. I've been worrying about Fishlegs," said Hiccup. Stoick finished the porridge with a great smacking of the lips and threw the cauldron into the fireplace with cheery violence. "Is Fishlegs your odd little friend with the face like a depressed haddock?" boomed Stoick, grabbing a mackerel off the table and swallowing it, tail and head and eyes and all, in one gulp, like a sword swallower swallowing the swords. "That's right," said Hiccup, "and his name isn't Fishlegs, it's Fishlegs." "Well, there's a coincy thingamy," bellowed Stoick. "Do you mean coincidence?" asked Hiccup politely. "Whatever," roared Stoick. "I've been worrying about Fishlegs too." "You have?" asked Hiccup in surprise. It wasn't like Stoick to worry about anything. "I have," said Stoick solemnly, "and I need to talk to you about something very seriously." "Oh dear." "Come here, Hiccup." Hiccup went and stood in front of his father. Chief Stoick put his hands on his son's shoulders and looked into his eyes very seriously. Hiccup tried to look serious too, but it's quite hard to take somebody seriously when he seems to have a beard made entirely out of porridge. That's Stoick coming a very serious chat with Hiccup, but unfortunately his beard is covered in porridge. "Son," says Stoick the vast, "you are the son of a chief and the heir to the Hooligan tribe. A man is judged by the company he keeps, and I'm very sorry to tell you, but Fishlegs is the weirdest little weirdo I have ever seen. You must give him up, Hiccup, give him up." "But father," protested Hiccup, "Fishlegs is my friend. Fishlegs is my friend." "Silence," roared Stoick. And then more gently, "I know it is hard, son, but a chief is a public figure. We hooligans need to be feared by the other tribes so they don't start thinking they can sneak along and invade us. Fishlegs is, well, let's face it, son, he's a bit odd." You stand too near Fishlegs, son, and the meatheads and the busy thugs and the milk bogglers and the hysterics will start thinking you're a bit odd too. A bit soft, a bit weak, and then you're putting the whole tribe in peril." "But, yes, father," said Hiccup miserably. "You need to start working on being terrifying," Hiccup. Stoick patted his son on the shoulder, peering sympathetically at his sad face. This was hard, but it was Hiccup's own good. "And Fishlegs isn't helping. Give him up, son. Your cousin's not like now. There's a suitable friend for you. Got an air of terrible danger about him. You stand shoulder to shoulder with Stockloud, and you'll be feared throughout the archipelago. Does that answer your question?" "Yes, father," said Hiccup, very sadly indeed. Stoick the vast slapped his son heartily on the back. "Good boy," roared Stoick. "I knew you'd see sense. And now, we better get ready for the Friday fete. We don't want to be late now, do we? Old Wrinkly has given me a tip for the young hero's Smash Sticks on Ice competition. He's done some soothsaying, and he tells me us hooligans are going to win. Are going to win 10-2. So I put a bit of a bet on. Run and fetch your stick and skate. Quick boy. Slowly Hiccup went and fetched his smash stick. Sadly, he picked up his ice skates. Old Wrinkly isn't very good at looking into the future, he warned his father, but Stoick wasn't listening. Stoick rarely listened. So that is, oh yes, just before we do the next chapter, I'm going to give you Learning to Speak Dragonese, and this is called Toilet Training. How to toilet train your dragon. So you say to Toothless, "Toothless, ta cocklet me wanty ta cack into green core crap spot." Which means, Toothless, you know I want you to poo in the dragon toilets. Toothless, "Oh, yesy, me cocklet." Yes, yes, I know. You, pointing at a large poo in the middle of Stoick's bed. Erg, Cressida, sa, which means, so what then is this? Toothless, hopefully. Chocolate snack, which means, a chocolate biscuit. You snot a chocolate snack. It's a cacac. It's a cacac de toothless, not in the green cork crap spot, but oobla splosh in the middling de sleepy slab de papa, which means this isn't a chocolate biscuit. It's a poo. It's one of your poos, Toothless, and it isn't in the dragon toilets. It's right bang splat in the middle of my father's bed. That's Toothless doing a poo in the middle of Stoick's bed. That gives you an idea about what it's like to try and train Toothless. And the next chapter is called Smash Sticks on Ice. We'll have to have that tomorrow.